can't
baseball.
pitchers throw out of anything but a
Go
set?
to first. There's 2 outs, brother.
He's a professional baseball pitcher, and he threw the ball like he did it for the first time in his
You know
life.
what he looked like? He
It
looked like an
wasn't even
actor in a
real
scene
baseball
playing a
throw.
pitcher. Look,
It was like a shot. He was trying to shot put it.
I honestly, I just put myself in the shoes of every Phillies fan, and I can't even watch it.
Jeez.
I can't even watch it. It's sickening.
Yeah,
It's sickening.
yeah, that is.
A good thing about Philly, though, they're super forgiving.
they'll
there.
forgive.
Yeah, they won't
Geekiest
forget
can't
that.
live
They'll
there.
forget that quickly.
All right, we
Send
got
him to
Rupper.
Miami.
Mike Rupp, NHL Network analyst, one of the hardest working guys in sports. Rupper, you worked so hard that we gave you last year off.
What's up, boys?
How are you?
How are we?
We're
I'm
good.
I'm good. I'm happy the season's up and running.
Yes.
Exciting time right now. You're talking a little baseball. We got the Jays, something to follow there, and football season. Of course, the NHL. So it's a good time to be alive.
It is. We were just talking about goalies and how it can make a team feel, especially the guys on the bench when you let a bad one in. The Delvich last night lets in that soft one from Eichel from 1,000 feet away. And just how, in your experience, like I can't even recall too many goals like that over my career of 12 years, a goalie letting something like that in. But what are your thoughts over your career if you saw that?
Well, I heard you talk about you're never going to let them live it down. You're going to let a little bit of time pass.
Yeah,
Maybe not today.
You know what?
Maybe not today.
It's not letting them live it down. It's there's just a built-up trust that you work weeks and months and maybe even years over between, you know, your forwards and your D and your goalie, and then if a couple of those kind of go in, it plants the seed of doubt.
Yeah, it's such a fluky. I mean, that's just that play in general, just the fact that they had those opportunities to put it in at the other end first, you know, and so yeah, you get some. It's I don't know. I mean, I've certainly been in games where that has happened. I almost would rather a play like that than the wrist shot from the boards out of the blue line that's no screen and goes in. You know what I mean? Like this one, at least you could chalk it up and say, wow, what a crazy play. Like an actual hockey play going in from distance, or weak ones in that regard, maybe a couple times of those are the ones I would maybe lose trust in. That I actually don't think I would lose. I don't think you're thinking anything different. I'm letting a little bit of time pass. I'm sure he's embarrassed today that people have talked about it, but then I'm harassing him in practice. I think that's the best way to get over it. And maybe the first shot.
I find it so sensitive. I don't think I could rub that in.
Maybe
anybody's
then,
face.
hey, you know what? Warm-ups, first shot in practice, I'm just doing high flippers from the red line. And just let all the just laugh it off.
we got to work on it, obviously.
I think the unspoken is what makes it awkward. Hey man, listen, we're good. Let's laugh it off. But it was a tough one, and I hate that too. That's my boy from Cleveland, Alex Nedeljkovic, Browns fan. We share a lot in common.
Yeah. Well, you probably, you got to really know the personality, right?
Absolutely. So I know you're on the East Coast, and I'd love to get some thoughts on the Metro. I'm not sure where the Metro's at this year, so you got some Rangers ties there. What are your thoughts? New coach in New York, JT Miller is the captain. What are your thoughts on what the Rangers are going to do this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think they'll certainly be better, but I feel like that's an easy answer because things were really not great last year. So it's going to take a minute. It's going to take a minute. Mike Sullivan is a details-oriented coach, and I feel like the way he coaches, we're not just looking for that new coach bump that we see maybe in the middle of the season. It's different. I almost find that I was thinking about this the other day because we have a few new coaches are new to their teams, and we always speak on the new coach bump in the middle of the season when a coach gets fired, and there always is this kind of initial springboard for a hockey club, and I feel like that happens because the guys are in season, their legs are there, the timing's there, like even if you're not playing well, at least you're feeling the game. I feel like the start of season there's no new coach bump. It's because you're trying to be not only are you learning the new systems and everywhere you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to do on the ice, you're also trying to feel good. in me, I know as a player, it took me a couple weeks to really feel like I was in a groove coming out of training camp. So, yeah, I don't know. The Rangers are going to take a little bit of time. I'm still not convinced with their back end, the way it's built, but we'll see what they do with that. But as far as JT Miller, the captaincy there, I think that was the absolute right move. I'm excited to see some guys on that team bounce back this year because they have really good hockey players that had all collectively off years last year. That's a recipe for no success.
Just speaking about JT Miller's captaincy, clearly you like it. I'm just wondering around JT Miller now when you think about the Ranger room, if in fact that JT on occasion can get too emotional. Is there anyone else in that room that can go up and help JT or at least maybe settle him down, or is that guy not really there?
I'd have to assume that's Vinny Trocheck is in their relationship, and
okay.
Those guys grew up playing youth hockey in Pittsburgh,
yep.
And another Ohio boy, JT Miller, born East Palestine, Ohio, which is right outside Youngstown, and there wasn't a ton of hockey there, so he played in Pittsburgh with Vinny, and they're really tight. So I think Vinny Trocheck would be that guy that can. I don't know the whole dynamic of the relationship, but hey, bud, you and me, look at me. Like now's not the time, or this time. I'm sure that those things are in check there. We've talked about it before. I feel like this is a team that needs a little bit of that. I'd much rather try to reel JT in than try to get reaction and get guys to step up in certain moments, whether it's emotionally or by gameplay. So, and Mike Sullivan's got a good grasp on him, having him at Four Nations and understands. I'm sure there's a lot of research done just from what happened last year as well. So yeah, no, it's a great question. I think Vinny Trocheck would probably have to be that guy for me.
Yeah, what's the expression? Rather tame a tiger than paint stripes on a pussycat.
Yeah.
Something like that. That's better. So looking around some of the teams this year and expectations, there's a couple teams that I feel like got written off going into this year. Pittsburgh's going to stink. Boston's not even trying to win.
Pittsburgh's 2-0.
I know, Boston's good too.
Sullivan.
That's my question.
You just needed Sullivan out of the room.
What are we dealing with here? These two teams, are they maybe not bad?
So yeah, I mean, it's a great start. I'm never going to poo-poo that. I mean, you want to win hockey games. That's the goal every single night when you go out, and those teams are right now. I still think that the beginning of the seasons every year, they're fun storylines. I'm not saying these are fun. I'm saying individual storylines. Like Justin Brazeau. I mean, you got him 3 goals. He looks awesome with Gino. He might have an incredible season, but 20 games in, we start to learn things about players individually and teams, I feel like. So these are things like Gino, Evgeny Malkin looks awesome right now. He looks awesome every year at the start of the year because he's healthy. I think that's the biggest thing. He's fresh and his legs are going good. So I think between the two teams, the team actually I've been impressed with maybe a little bit more because I think Pittsburgh has that. They have the skill. They have more than one guy. It's probably Boston. I'm actually pretty impressed with Boston. I think Pasta's been fantastic, but I really believe I saw Cam Neely come out the other day and said they're going to be a tough out. And for me, that's sometimes just feels like what you're supposed to say when you're the head of an organization, but it actually might be a tough out this year. I think they might surprise some teams because they're kind of scrappy group there. So I love the storylines. But I'm not going to say that either of those teams are going to be playoff teams because I still probably feel pretty strongly they're not going to be.
You're watching and listening to Stanley Cup champion Mike Rupp. Does a great job on NHL Network. Okay, Rupper, we've on occasion had a bit of a bold statement or comment on this show, but I rank yours right up there with this one on the Toronto Maple Leafs, where they lost 100 points, 24 minutes.